All right, guys, we're back casting the All Inspiration Invitational 5 here. Myself, G Dog KC, with my buddy Teeth Box.
Yes, sir.
And this is the matchup I've been waiting for, at least. Fruit Potato versus Einherjar. It's a rematch from Season 7 CTL where Fruit Potato was playing for Alloy Esports. And we pretty much had that week in the bag, as far as I remember. But this was a really big matchup between the two players. Einherjar was the #1 plat in the entire league. And Fruit Potato kind of, I don't know if he was like in the top 10 or anything like that, but we hadn't heard of him on our team at least. And he showed up and played an amazing game and completely controlled Einherjar from start to finish, which was really surprising considering Einherjar never lost a game in CTL leading up to that game. So I'm really excited to see the rematch between these two players in an actual best-of-3 where they can adjust to each other.
Is that how you actually say his name? I've been trying to figure that out forever. I've always called him Einherjar.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've been watching like his evolution in the team for quite some time. I think when I joined All In quite a while back, he was plat, and then he went up to diamond, and I think he's working on his way back up there now. But I've always been confused because I've never actually physically spoken to him in person.
Yeah,
Um,
the funniest thing was that, like the first 3 or 4 weeks of CTL that I casted, I was calling him Einherjar, and then finally some people from the team started watching the videos and let me know like you're saying his name completely wrong. So I looked
what?
it up. Yeah,
What?
it's a Scandinavian word,
Uh,
Einherjar, and from what I got from it, hopefully I don't get too much of this wrong, but um, it's basically it means like a fallen warrior. Um,
oh, that makes way more sense.
yeah, it's kind of like a ghost warrior or something like that. In from Valhalla and just Scandinavian mythology, I guess.
Well, we'll confirm that after the game. And I guess while we're on the topic, spawning on the bottom left of Overgrowth Ladder Edition, it is the Purple Zerg. I will be saying his name correctly for the first time in many years. It is All Inspirations Einherjar.
Yeah, and in the top right corner, the blue Terran player, new to Team All Inspiration, but definitely someone I'm excited to cast in the future. Someone who shows a lot of promise, very good at Terran. The blue Terran player from All Inspiration, Fruit Potato.
Actually, jumping right into it, it looks like we have a CC first from Fruit Potato, getting his gas before Rex. So it's going to be a CC first, gas first variant. Interesting to see what he intends to do with this. This is definitely not standard. Um,
Very
so I guess
ball.
we'll have to see.
Yeah, very ballsy right off the start. A funny thing about Fruit Potato, he's that very friendly guy, and when we got him on the team and we kind of let him know the impact he had on us when he beat Einherjar, he just kind of shrugged and he's like, "Yeah, it was easy," but like in a friendly way. He didn't come across douchey at all. He just when we were talking about the rematch, he's like, "Yeah, easy game #2."
Yep, turns out winning ain't a thing for Fruit Potato.
Yeah, so he's just going to go ahead and drop that CC first because he doesn't care what Einherjar can do early on. And we'll see what
Well,
Einherjar can do to adjust to that.
CC don't care. CC just goes. CC just lands.
Yep.
Bunker just builds.
We do have Speed just about to start researching, though, here for Einherjar. At least I would expect that. We're over the 100 gas mark now, and maybe not. Maybe he's going to use it for something else.
Oh, and the Lings are gonna just like run right into the main. They're not gonna do any damage, but they are gonna get some scouting.
Yeah, they see that reactor, so he can expect Hellions, and hopefully we'll get in there and see that double gas. And there you go. Well, he sees one, and I guess he can see that other SUV mining, so safe to...
Oh, dips right into the extractor. What a
Wow.
boss!
So he didn't even
That
get one
should
then.
never have happened. No,
Wow. Nice little play there by Fruit Potato.
that should not have happened. The timing on that was just pristine. Having a slot in the extractor to dip that SCV into in order to avoid damage. That was
So,
impressive.
yeah, definitely. And behind all this, Einherjar went to 172 gas, pulled out of gas, waited a few seconds, and then started Speed. So
Mm.
Speed is on the way. He does have enough to make a Baneling nest if he needs to.
Yeah,
Um, I'm
this
not
is
sure.
good.
Yeah, that might be the way he's going. Although he is going to start getting some extra gases down in his natural now, and has started his third base as well. So
I like the if you take a look at the wall of Fruit Potato, I like to point out that the right two bunkers are slightly tilted towards the back, and this is actually a very small thing that Terrans can do if they plan on taking any sort of high ground advantage. Is it forces the melee units to sort of wrap around to the right or closer to the ledge, so that siege tanks can get an extra couple volleys off rather than having them, the bunker, one slot out where the lings can get more surface area, or the bunker one slot back so that there's even surface area. This sort of like kind of coerces the lings or the melee units to the right of the wall in order to get some of that extra damage if you have a tank on the high ground. So interesting little things that are being done by Fruit Potato. Meanwhile, double Widowmine drop going out while a couple Hellions poke at the front. All in all, though, fantastic defense by Einherjar right now. Getting his third base up. He's got a queen there. He's starting to drone. He's got defense. Creep spread is starting like a wildfire here. But
yeah, Einherjar's creep spread definitely very good. He's moved all his lings out of the base though. These widow mines are dropping in right now.
I was gonna say I don't know if he has any defense for this. He's not gonna. Oh my God! Here.
No!
Oh!
That was 7 worker kills right there.
Both of us immediately going for that control R. I could hear the keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh God, 7 workers.
And they're still in here. Oh wait, yeah, he's moving around, spreading them out. The spore is going down. Lair's finished, so overseers are possible. But yeah, Einherjar's got to pull all his lings back to deal with this.
Is it gonna finish? Oh my God, that's so close. That's so. Oh, all right. Whew. Einherjar just getting that spore up,
Yeah.
barely in time in order to do the damage or to do the detection it needs for the lings to do the damage.
Yeah, so it was a small hit to his, well, actually, more than a small hit to his drone count here, but being on 3 bases, he's just building 12 at a time like a boss. And
it wasn't a colossal hit, but it certainly was unnecessary. It definitely did a tiny bit of impact. It's more of an impact than 4, but less of an impact than 15. So,
exactly.
It's not game ending. It's definitely not any sort of major detriment. Meanwhile, some lings going ahead, poke into the front, seeing what's going on. Sees a bunker, doesn't see a third. Yeah, he's just keeping tabs.
Yep, and the macro really kicking in here for Fruit Potato. He's got 5 barracks. 5 barracks. He's got the medevacs pumping out here, and he's getting a third base. So looking pretty standard right now.
Scans the main, sees a lair, but doesn't see any other text, so he knows something's up.
Yeah, Spire being built in a nice little place here behind the Baneling Nest by the natural.
Mm-hmm.
Possible to miss that with a scan. Although I guess if you put it right on a natural, he'd see it. Third base, pretty much fully saturated. He does have 4 drones going in that 1 extractor, so that's a little poopy there, but not too bad overall.
I was gonna point that out earlier, but it actually does benefit your gas income, but like I think it's like 10 gas a minute. It's super.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually does. It benefits your gas, but not enough for it to really make a difference.
I actually didn't even know that. Didn't know that. So interesting.
I picked that up from it. I think it was Day 9, or it was Rotterdam. One of the two. It does benefit your gas income, but it's almost not even like at this point in the game. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like if you're late game and you're 2 bases up, then sure, 4 guys in each gas. But whatever. It's not even worth it at this point though.
So the Lings are spotting a third base going down. At least I would assume so. They were just there. Overlord's being kind of shoot away here. They do have Overlord speed. And I got to say, I love the Overlord spread here by Einherjar. But beside that, I love Fruit Potato sending out Marines to just harass these guys. Although with the speed, they're not really going to be able to do too much.
I would have liked to see double Marine hit squads.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't
Marines
expecting the speed.
Whoa, and then we got a massive
Muta's in the main.
Muta situation in the main here.
He might be able to pick off... Oh, that's going to be huge. He just picked off that tech lab. That was researching something. Combat shields. So, nice pick off
combat
there.
shields are done.
Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. What was that?
It would have been... It was probably researching concussive shell, if it was researching anything.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know why he would be researching concussive shell. He's going marine tank.
Yeah, maybe just completely filling it out. I don't know. He was definitely researching it, though.
Maybe he's prepping just in case. Well, actually, that doesn't make any sense either because he has 4 reactored barracks and only 1 with the tech lab.
Yeah,
Maybe he's anticipating a Ultralisk transition at some point.
definitely possible. Link's forcing a lift off on the third up here. There's
Ooh, that's good.
we're getting to that sort of scary amount of mutas here.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of Wings of Liberty here, seeing all these Marines and tanks.
Yeah, the thing that I really don't... Oh my god, and the map vision and the creep sped by Einherjar is just epic at this point. It is 3 base on 3 base right now, so... But it is 3 base saturation for Einherjar versus 2 base saturation, so it still is roughly an even game. What I don't like, and I want to point this out... actually, I might wait until this push either does what it needs to or gets cleaned up. Something to note about FruitPotato's base. Remind me.
All right. We do have Banelings morphing in here to get ready for this attack. There's a lot of tanks and a lot of Marines and a lot of medevacs here. But oh my god, look at all those mutas. That is so many mutas.
Oh my god.
Where are the Banelings? Here are the Banelings rolling on in. They're going to clean up some of these tanks. Decent splits, though, and there's still lots of Marines left to take care of these mutas.
Oh!
You know what, though? There might be enough... Oh, yeah, there are so many mutas here, it doesn't even matter.
They traded pretty evenly. If you look at the units lost, I mean, it is 6 mineral difference. So, I mean, that was actually a very good or very even trade. I don't think it favored either player. Oh, but what is this move commanded? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but we have that super scary Mutaflock moving in, though. We're going to see what it is able to do. But in
this is actually, yeah, what I was going to point out earlier is that Bioterrans, because their builds are so extensively mineral heavy, you don't see a lot of static defense in their bases pretty much ever. They need all of those minerals to get out that sort of parade of Marines. But you don't really ever see a whole lot of static D, which is why these mutas are going to be really annoying. They're just going to come in, take out the little turrets that are there, harass the add-ons, go back.
He's doing a lot of damage with these mutas, but he's also being really ballsy with them and just fighting Marines head-on sometimes. He's killing lots of STVs, though. We're looking at 20 workers killed now for Einherjar, so just doing work here. Also on the left side, lifting off to third.
Yeah, the resources loss tab at this point is just getting out of control. It's snowballing. We got about 9,000 to 8,800. Oh, it looks like Einherjar reclaiming, or FruitPotato reclaiming some of that gap. But at this point,
yeah, we got tons of lings in the main. Mutas are still alive. The numbers have been dwindled for sure, but they're still able to be annoying here. Now we have to just have constant streams of lings entering the natural here and the GGWP from FruitPotato here. Very good game by Einherjar. That was a lot of fun to watch.
GG, well played for sure. When you're Terran and you have to build base defense, like even if it is, if you see they're going muta heavy, you have to put that extra dedication into those missile turrets because you're not going to be everywhere at once. Like unless you're innovation or flash, you're not going to have your army spread out with the correct number of Marines to deflect the correct number of mutas. Like it's just not feasible at this level. Like you have to just invest, or else you end up losing the game, which is what we saw. Even if it is a matter of placing bunkers that you can salvage later, is still better than not having anything. Because he was about to have 8 barracks up, he had to cancel 3 of them, and from there it just snowballed out of control because the mutas were able to just walk through his main uncontested. But we'll have to see if that remains the same in the second game, spawning on Nimbus. Yeah, we're going to jump right into it.
We definitely are. All right, so let's go ahead and introduce the purple Zerg player, bottom left corner of Nimbus. Choice made by FruitPotato here. Currently up 1-0 with some really good Ling Bling Muta play. It's the purple Zerg. All inspirations, Einherjar. I think I called them purple twice, but who cares?
It's all right. That purple is so sexy on the Zerg, I have to say. I don't know. My favorite color is purple, so I like to see a lot of different purple players, but definitely super sexy. And the reflections, God.
Yeah, it definitely.
I'm getting tied up. All right, here we go. And spawning on the bottom right, Nimbus, we have the blue Terran player currently down 0-1. in this best of three. Um, we'll see what he pulls out. It is all inspirations, Fruit Potato.
Definitely showing some skill in that last game, even in the loss. I feel like his macro is really good. Like you said, he has a lot of little cool intricacies in his play, like with the way the wall was with the supply depots in the bunker.
Yeah.
Just little things to tip things in his favor that maybe not every player in the Platinum League would know about. So
Yeah, he wasn't ready for a multi-pronged assault and didn't have the base defense set up. And actually, I want to talk about the spawn positions right now because even though this is a 4-spawn map and it looks like Einherjar are going to go ahead and scout in the wrong direction first, you don't really know where your opponent's going to go. But the way that the in-base natural is set up always favors the player to the clockwise direction. So Einherjar is already going to have the immediate advantage here because unless Fruit Potato takes the natural outside of his main, which isn't a natural, if he takes the third outside of his main as his natural, the main is going, or the natural, the in-base natural is going to be essentially jutted out towards the Zerg player for faster muta connections or some sort of easy harassment from the Zerg player. If it was a Terran player, it'd be drops. If it was a Protoss player, you can actually blink in from that ledge over there. So there's a lot of different ways that the player spawning to the clockwise direction can actually take advantage of this natural. So we're going to have to see exactly what's going on. And this spawn positions is definitely favored by the Zerg.
yeah, I mean, once he realizes that, he might just make a beeline right for mutas because the air distance between the two is so much shorter for him.
It's true.
And unless Fruit Potato gets a whole bunch of turrets down on the edges here, then he's going to have a hard time dealing with that.
Even if he does, and the mutas just bypass the turrets, they can still do some damage. I mean, maybe not the damage they want to do, but still enough damage.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll see what Einherjar wants to do here. One little thing, I don't know if it's just me. I honestly don't even remember when I learned about this, but a long time ago, I learned when you're playing Zerg, the first Overlord, the direction you send it in, should always be the opposite direction of your natural. And the reasoning is because the second Overlord can go and scout that area pretty much just as quickly. And in this case, if Einherjar would have done that and sent it towards the right first, he just would have got off a little bit of an earlier scout, where this Overlord here up top now is sort of just wandering around, not being very useful.
Definitely interesting. I'll have to take that for when I do my off racing. My Zerg is not nearly as good as my Protoss, but
it's a minor thing. It really is. It's just early game scouting, right? But it tends to just get you a little bit of an edge because when you're flying over your own natural, like especially if you're going for an expo first, you're already going to be scouting there with your expo even. So you might as well send it the other way. But
good to know.
I can't even remember who it was that told me that. I think it was Diapollo actually, or when he was Diapollo during his old tutorial videos. But yeah, anyway, just a little.
This is good. Double Reaper opening, that is actually tremendously standard. The single Reaper is used for more of an economic value, but just for scouting. The double Reaper is used for, a little bit of aggression, a little bit of pushback, some forcing units out of the Zerg player. Triple Reaper is meant to do some damage, but we see just a double Reaper successfully picking off 2 Zerglings and 1 drone. Not a bad take, actually, especially now that he's going up to 3 barracks, 1 reactored factory for some Hellions.
Yeah, I gotta
making
say,
a bunker too. This is an interesting play. He's already going for the bunker. He smells something sketchy going on, and he's going to go ahead.
And... Yeah, he did scout the gas, so I guess he's just preparing just in case. And Einherjar once again did pull out a gas here, just enough to get speed, and speed did finish. But one question I have is on this map, Nimbus is really not good for Reapers, right? There's no way that they can actually get in. That's really surprising.
Well, Reapers are good for the early game, if only to scout, because you need to have that scouting information. The only other option that you have for scouting is like air tech, and air tech is way too late. So you have to be able to scout with something.
Yeah,
and at that point, it's either the early SCB where you tuck it away, but that it doesn't. All it does is that scouts early game cheese. It doesn't scout mid game play. So the Reaper is a great option. But it is not very good for Reapers now. It's
And
actually really bad for Reapers.
yeah, but I do like the two Reapers escorting the Hellions. I think that's what he did in the last game as well. It makes it so that the Queens aren't just like super powerful against only Hellions because the Reapers can do some damage there.
This is a scary number of queens, though. I don't know if I would move in with this many Reapers. I mean, if anything, just to deny some creep spread, yeah, but I mean,
He's
this is...
he's denying injects as well, which is well. I mean, the Queens are going back. There's no Queen at the natural though, so
Oh, suicidal lings.
oh yeah, two Queens here. The Transfuse goes down, and this is
Oh, here goes the queen. Oh, God.
yeah, he did
Queen out
lose
of
a Queen
position.
here. There's a lot of Hellions and Reapers here, and only Speedlings to deal with this. But nice
is
micro
scary.
here. Look at that trap.
Oh, this is super scary. He needs to not get surrounded. Oh, God.
Yeah, there he goes. And now the Queens are just hammering away from range. And a lot of Lings dying, but they should be able to clean this up.
This is, I like the trade, though. The trade was actually in the Terran player's favor.
And he got out with two Hellions alive. Very nice.
Those can be repaired. Also, for people not knowing, for repairing, it only takes a quarter of the resources that the unit was built with to repair it. So, for every, for example, Hellions cost 100 minerals. It only costs 25 to repair them back to full health from Redline. So it is definitely worth the cost to save them if you can.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or you can just morph them into Hellbats and have the Medivacs go to work on them.
That's true, because Hellbats do classify as biological units.
Alright, so the Lings are getting a little active here around the map. They're going to pick off some of these stray Marines. Again, though, FruitPotato, I like this move. Even if he is going to lose the Marines, it's still nice to go out and clear Overlord spread.
And it's map control. It's map control. He doesn't want... He wants Einherjar to know that, yeah, he's on the map. And, yeah, he's not afraid to de-Zerg the Zerg.
Exactly.
So this is... yeah, those are going to die. Of course they're going to die, but it's not without purpose.
Alright, so there's a lot of Marines here moving out. Now, the Overlord does spot them. Lings are hanging out by the third base of the Terran player, and I want to see... What do we have here? We do have a Baneling nest finished, and these are only Marines. So if we get some Banelings on the map here, these Marines really not going to be able to do much.
This is scary for FruitPotato, just simply because it's a bio push. Like he's going to try and do some focus fire damage, and I like this, but these are just stim Marines. I like the focus fire. That's so ballsy.
Yeah, he's aware of all the little the little things you can do, like the Pult-esque type plays that he's like just grabbing a couple Marines, stimming them forward.
Oh, nice! And he's going to back these Marines into a corner, and they're going to get the maximum amount of damage onto these Lings.
Yeah, but he's still going to lose them though, and I'm wondering why he doesn't just decide to pick them up. He's got all the Medivacs here to do that, but instead he's just going to let all the Marines die.
I would say the reason is because for Medivacs can only heal one unit at a time, so when you can heal 4 Marines at a time, you can, if you back them up into a corner well enough, you can actually heal the Marines taking the damage while the Marines in the center, like this for example, all those Marines are just going to just destroy those Lings, so I think he's trying to just get as cost-efficient trade as possible, and he's doing just that. It's 3250, resources lost to 2500, I mean... Yeah, he might be down in bases. Well, I mean, he's even in bases if you count the way the game's mechanics go. But right now, he's just doing annoying damage and just exploiting, I guess, what Terran is good for. Oh, that was not cost efficient.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good all the way up until then. I was just gonna say, and now the muta count is starting to get up there a little bit. And the upgrades are definitely in favor of Einherjar right now, but +1/+1 is very close to finishing. But now that the mutas are on the map, these Medivacs have to be careful because they're going to get taken down.
Oh my god, the parade has started. He needs to save the Medivacs. Oh jeez.
Oh, there is a Widowmine in position now. That's going to be a little bit helpful. But
that boss Widowmine just killed 10 units with that one shot.
Wow. Alright, but we do have more Banelings being morphed in here. The muta count is continuing to climb steadily, and it's getting to that point now where it's going to be kind of hard for FruitPotato to really do much with just Marines. I mean, the one Widowmine is nice, but do we have an Overseer here? There's no Overseer, so that Widowmine, could have been better.
It took out 2 Banes, so it's definitely worth its weight. It also took out a few Marines, which sucks. Oh, this is great. Great cost efficient. Great cost efficient trades on those Banes.
Yeah, and the mutas are coming in to follow up. They're going to take out all the Marines now, and the medevacs need to boost out of there. 2 of
They
them do.
need to get out. I like this advantage. This is a great position for Einherjar right now because look at his bank. He needs to pop some more overlords, and then he needs to spend that money. He's on 3 bases. He has no excuse. There, and right as I say that, like a bazillion overlords pop, and now he's going to basically just be able to flood in, if anything, lings to deny this third. But these mutas doing work. I think I think FruitPotato is still in it, but I think he used too many of his resources too quickly. I feel that was really, and he needs to cancel that. Oh
No cancel. And that's just going to make things way easier for Einherjar here. He's in a position now where he could be dropping a 4th base. He could be dropping a couple macro hatches, and just might as well make the rest of the overlords as well at this point because look at that. He's got 4,000 minerals here.
Yeah, he needs to spend that money. I really don't like the fact that third was built outside, knowing that the player is going Ling Bling Muta.
And how active he was being on the map with them as well.
Yeah, I don't think that was wise, not even a little bit. And now we have basically full map control by Einherjar. Any sort of map control that FruitPotato had was just instantly shut down.
Getting a little bit of damage done in a natural here. I think he was able to pick off maybe 1 SCV. It was well defended.
The medevacs now.
Oh my god. There's one that's just about... Oh, look at that. All the medevacs going down. There's a turret here. He's not really going to be able to kill too many SCVs, but he's just setting FruitPotato so far behind here. And it looks like the Lings and Banelings are wanting to move in.
The supply really isn't that different, but...
Yeah, and that's the weird thing here. That's because Einherjar's got 5,000 minerals, and it looks like he's not really producing too much. 34 Lings, though, are on the way.
It looks like... Oh, it's because his injects... It looks like his injects were really badly... oh my god. The injects were just not good. He only has 3 larvae. He can only spend 3 larvae. He's been slacking on his injects.
Yeah, his queen in the main has full energy, literally full. Uh-oh. Yeah, that is definitely something that's holding him back here. He's still ahead in his game, although the worker count now is incredibly close. I'd say even in favor of Terran now. But Terran needs to get that 3rd base down. That's what he needs to do.
Needs that 3rd mule. And now we're talking about Terran snowballing out of control. If I were IR right now, I would be focusing down the engineering base because 2-2 is getting close. And once, I mean, for you Zergs out there, once you know that a bio player is on 2-2, things start to get a little bit, out of hand. Things start to die a lot faster, and Marines, they just simply put, don't die. Yeah. With enough medevacs, Marines just do not die once 2-2 is reached. So it's getting to be that point.
Yeah, FruitPotato definitely starting to put himself in a better position here. He's still only on the 2 bases, though, and Einherjar did take the 4th finally.
I agree.
But look at how fast those mutas die.
Yeah, this is... We're at that critical point right now where the Marines are basically doing enough damage to where Einherjar should be scared, but he should respond economically because he should get those injects. What is he? He needs to get his macro in check now because Terran is starting to snowball. He's got his 3rd. He's about to land it. He's got more than enough SCVs in his natural to fully saturate this 3rd instantly. But he needs to start doing damage because this is going to get out of control real quickly. I like these little Marine squadrons. These little Marine squadrons are great. They do creep damage, and they're not basically putting themselves at risk of Bane hits. Same thing for Einherjar. We have this like little Ling squad versus this Marine squad.
Yeah, he's there was a small little drop at the 3rd base here, but it was pretty well defended by Ein, and then he went down and dropped 4 spines here. Ultralisk Cavern going down. Now that's definitely going to help him spend some of that money.
Exactly. This is also something to note that at this point in the game, the supplies are now even, which you don't want to be at even harvester count, which right now with both players are basically even in their harvester count. The only difference is that the natural is mined out, the main is close to mined out for fruit potato, and he needs to get that worker saturation actually doing something, because right now it's not really doing much. If you notice,
Yeah.
the income is just night and day difference. I mean, even though Terran's got mules, Terran has more workers but less income. He needs to get those bases down.
Yeah, that fourth base is under fire right now. It is going to be defended pretty well here by Einherjar. The muted count has climbed back up to a semi-significant amount. He's got 16, so that's going to be that could be effective for sure. But there's so many Marines here for Fruit Potato, and the upgrades +3/+3, just about halfway done. So once that finishes, it's going to be so hard for Einherjar to deal
Yeah.
with this. He's got to get money Baneling hits pretty much, because even the Ultralisks are going to take a lot of damage from this.
Yeah, and it looks like no ultras in production yet. It looks like chitinous plating being not researched at all. But and we got some idle drones in the main after they've fully mined out the main. But it looks like there's going to be some ultras coming out at some point if he can ever get unsupply blocked. But right now, it looks like this is Terran's game. Terran has Fruit Potato scouted the Ultra Cavern? He has not scouted the Ultra Cavern, so there's no need to put down any sort of tech lab bunkers yet. Or I'm sorry, tech lab barracks yet. Tech lab bunkers.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. No need to put down any tech lab barracks yet. But once those ultras come out, he's going to need marauders, because at this point
There's 9 of them. 9 of them in production here.
And once he sees this, he needs to pick. Oh, but he only has 2 medevacs. He can't evacuate all of those ground forces.
And the Viper is sitting here. A blinding cloud would be relatively useful.
That's exactly what it's going to be for.
Yeah, but look at the spread here that Fruit Potato has going on, and all the Widow Mines are pretty spread out nicely as well. This is going to be close. I'm leaning towards Einherjar now, because he's got the 4th base, and we're only just now mining from the 3rd for Fruit Potato.
Oh, and here we go. We got the Mutalisks cutting out the parading reinforcements.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be a sandwich right here, and he can't get out. And Einherjar knows this.
Yeah, Banelings are going to start moving in. All the Ultras moving in. This is where the Ultras are going to soak up those Widow Mine hits. That was really well done, actually. Where are the Mutas? Oh, there are the Mutas. They're actually dying pretty fast there. Oh, man. He's going to lose all his Mutas, but then he's going to get cleaned up. So it's not really going to matter in the end here.
Oh! I don't know if you guys know this.
There you go.
I was going to mention something before the game ended. GG, well played. Called by Fruit Potato. Einherjar going to go take this series 2-0 with just solid play and solid decision making. Really, I think the macro on that last game could have been a bit better. But for you Zergs out there that may not know this, and even you Terran players that may make this mistake often, but Blinding Cloud does not block Widow Mine shots. Widow Mine shots are a spell and not an actual attack. So Blinding Cloud does not prevent Widow Mines from shooting.
No. But what it does do is it forces you to just really be micro-intensive with your Marines and having to move them into positions you might not want to, and then that could allow Banelings to do work or just surrounds by Zerglings.
Exactly. So. Definitely works wonders on Marines, but do not target the Widow Mines, because it will be waste of energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Target the Marines. The Marines are your main firepower anyways. eight stimmed 2/2 Marines versus 1 Widow Mine. Like, yeah, Widow Mine is scary, but 2/2 stim Marines are scarier, so...
Even though Einherjar took that series 2-0, Fruit Potato still has this ability to make Ein look like a human. We saw some mistakes coming out of Einherjar there that I really wouldn't expect from him with the macro, the full energy queens. I mean, he could have just easily cleaned that up maybe 10 minutes earlier if he had been, hitting his injects and stuff like that. But Fruit Potato's tricky, and he has this ability to, to just do damage even if it looks like he shouldn't be. But it was a good series.
It was a great series. It was a great series. It was great pressure, and it was just... I think when Fruit Potato lost that 3rd base, that was really the crux of the game, because he wasn't even able to replace that 3rd for... well over 5 minutes, and what if he would have gotten that third up, he would have had income, would have been able to support 3 more reactored racks. That's 6 more Marines coming out every single time. Every 25 seconds, you got 6 more Marines. I mean, it would have just been a different game. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome ultimately, but it definitely would have been a different game. So great job for Einherjar going ahead and taking that series quite convincingly, actually, and he will be moving on. So fantastic. What do we have coming up next for us?
The next matchup is going to be Canary, who is he was more or less a mercenary for our team during CTL Season 7. But then at the end of the season, we officially recruited him to the team, and he's a part of the chat now. He's actually really funny. I really like having him around in the chat. He's fun to talk to, and a lot of fun. So he's going to be facing Tang, team owner Tang. Yeah, somebody had
well,
to.
Canary's good, but Tang's also really good. So.
Yeah, he's a Diamond Terran, and I believe Tang is Master Zerg, right?
Yeah, Tang is former GM as well. So this is we're gonna see some good crisp execution here.
Yeah,
some really high level play.
He was bugging me all week, like, come on, get someone else to match up against Tang. But somebody had to draw the straw, and
it's true. It's true.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break here while we get that matchup set up for you, and we'll be right back.
Most excellent.